So guys, welcome back to another video. In this one today, we're going to be talking about and trying out the new 92 rated Team of the Season, Renato Augusto. Now this card can be obtained for free by completing one of this week's weekly objectives. All you've got to do is win 4 games in online single matches using a Chinese Super League team, and if you do that, this card is yours. You've got to use a CSL starting 11, but you can make subs once the game has started if you wish to do so. Whether you plan on using this card in the future or not, you should still complete this objective because a 92 rated blue card for winning just 4 games is great value, and a 92 rated blue card could be very useful for the upcoming guaranteed Team of the Season SBC, so do bear that in mind. Anyway, in this video we'll obviously be trying this card out to see what its in-game performance is like. With it being so high rated, I've got to be honest, I've got some high expectations. Before getting into things though, you guys know the drill. In the comments below, let me know your thoughts on this item. Also let me know what you plan on doing with it. Will Renato Augusto end up in an SBC for you, or will you use this card in your team? If you could leave a like rating on the video, that would be great, and be sure to subscribe to the channel as well if you're new around here, and remember to click that notification bell as well, and that way you'll be notified every time I upload. Okay. Let's now take a closer look at this card and let's delve into its in-game stats. This guy has 99 ratings for both his shot power and long shots, so I'll definitely be looking to score from distance with this guy when I'm playing. In the passing column, we can see he's got 95 ratings for both his short and long passing, as well as a 95 rating for his vision, so this guy's distribution should also be very good. Over in the dribbling department, this guy has high ratings for his ball control, reactions and in-game dribbling, but average numbers for his agility, balance and composure. Defensively, this guy looks alright, but he doesn't look like a defensive midfielder. He looks to be a box-to-box midfielder to me. Finally, in the physical section, this card has great stamina of 92 and also decent strength of 86, but his aggression of 66 might be an issue when defending with this item. Nonetheless, overall this card looks very solid, so yeah, let's get into some games and let's see how this card performs in matches. So this is what we'll come up against in game number 1. It's a very solid looking Bundesliga side which features a couple of Team of the Season items as well as that foot birthday Jerome Boateng. Here he is with his first touch of the ball. He's under a bit of pressure and he's actually ended up just keeping hold of the ball, which is nice. We are trying to open up a chance for him to shoot, but fortunately we couldn't conjure one up there. Here is Augusto bringing the ball forward. Does well to beat his man initially. Pull it, then sets him free down that right side. Here's Augusto now with a chance. Tries to get the ball to Henry, but the first pass doesn't go through, but the second one might. And now we do have a chance to score. Henry puts it to the back stick, and Michael Ballack gets himself on the score sheet. Here he is on the ball, showing some really good dribbling, and then the shot, and that is a fantastic goal from the Brazilian midfielder, showing some really good dribbling, really good ball skill to get round his man, and then puts a very nice long shot into the back of the net with an outside the foot shot that curled around the goalkeeper. Look at that, outside the foot shot, boom, Kevin Trapp, no chance. Here's Augusto to bring the ball forward. Gets round one. Tries to get round the second, but he's been fouled. Oh, Henry slides the ball through. Augusto to make it 5, and there it is. 5 just before half time. We actually were 1-0 down to start off this game, but we have pulled off a pretty big comeback. So the half-time whistle has just blown, and as you can see at the break, we have come in with a 5-1 lead. Yeah, it's been a pretty solid first half performance. So let's get into the second half and hopefully try and force a rage quit. Augusto picking up the ball from deep. Does well to stay on his feet there and keeps possession. Or sliding the ball through to Hullet. Here's Henry, finds Renato Augusto, who plays through a very nice through ball, surely not. Oh, imagine if Henry got in the end of that. The full-time whistle is about to blow, and as you can see, the second half is indeed going to end as it started with a 5-1 scoreline. The second half was definitely much closer than the first half, and I'm sure it's going to end any minute now. There we go. We get the 5-1 victory, which is nice, but more importantly, how was Renato Augusto on debut? He was pretty good, to be honest. He made some good runs. He got involved with the goals as well. He scored twice in this match, and he was also involved in the build-up with some others. Nonetheless, let's get into another game quickly, and let's hopefully match up against a bit more a bit more of a tougher opposition, shall we say, because that game ended up being quite a battering. Anyway, let's get into the next match. Okay, so for the next game, this is what we are facing. It's a Premier League / La Liga side, which features one team the season card, so that's a shock. You normally come up against more than that nowadays, but he does have a player of the month Hazard, which is awesome, and he's also got some flashback players in his starting 11, so I'm going to imagine that he is attempting to complete one of this week's weekly objectives. Got ourselves a corner, and we will go short to the Brazilian, who's going to whip it in on that right foot, and he's going to find Thierry Henry, and he's going to score from there with ease. Brilliant cross, and an even better header from the Frenchman. And my opponent has indeed rage quit. So, yeah, that was a quick game, wasn't it? Really don't have too much to say, to be honest. Augusto obviously got an assist, and it was a good one. But other than that, we didn't really see too much. So let's get into another game pretty quickly. In the third game, this is what we have come up against. It's a pretty insane side, which features 3 icons and 2 team of the season items. I'm once again going to presume that he won't be playing 4-2-4 in game. I'm going to imagine he'll be switching to the 4-2-3-1. Here's Augusto bringing the ball forward. Gets it to Hullet before making a nice run down that right edge. And the ball's been given to him, and he's got a chance now to score, but the shot just goes wide. That would have been a brilliant goal. Got a chance to break now. Here's Henry. Slides the ball down the right, and here's Renato with a bit of space to run into. Is he going to get past Van Dijk? Oh, he almost did. Here's Augusto. What can he do here? Slides through a nice through ball to Ebred. Can't get the shot away himself, but Hullet does. Here's Augusto to bring the ball forward. Not under complete pressure yet, but he gets a nice pass through to Henry. Links up nicely with Thierry Henry, and Henry eventually makes it 2-0. And now we've got some breathing room in this game. Nice bit of defensive play there from the Brazilian. Now we do have a chance to bring the ball out. And he's done really well battling there with Mkhitaryan. Is he going to make a run down the right? I'm pressing LB for him to make a run, and he just doesn't seem to want to. Got ourselves a corner. We'll go short to Augusto. We'll whip the ball into the box, and then the header will come in, and it'll hit the bar. And there is the whistle for half-time. We have a 2-0 lead heading in at the break. Yeah, not too much to say about the first half, to be honest. Augusto's been good. He's made a couple of good defensive plays, as well as a good bunch of offensive plays. So, decent first half performance from him. As you can see, we've pretty much controlled this game from the off. There's a chance of Augusto gets around his man, takes it around another, takes off the shot, and that shot fires into the bottom corner, and the keeper was given absolutely no chance. His shots are so powerful, and they're so accurate from distance as well. And that third goal, as you can see, was enough to make my opponent rage quit. So, just 1 goal in game number 3 for Renato, but I actually thought that was his best performance overall. His passing in this game was really good, and I think in this game he made the most tackles he's ever made for me too. Anyway guys, that's enough of the live gameplay for you lot. I will of course play a few more games with this card, but yeah, that's the live games done. I'll see you in a second when we get into the summary. So after using Augusto a bit more, what do I make of him? Well, before I continue, I should mention that I did trial him both as a cam and as a CDM in games, and I definitely feel that centre mid is his best position. In game, I thought this item was very good, especially with ball at the feet. His in-game dribbling felt very good, despite his agility stat being pretty average. Now and then, this guy does take a heavy touch when turning with possession, but when dribbling in a relatively linear fashion, he controls the ball well, and he actually feels relatively quick with the ball. I thought this card's passing, that was top class. This guy's distribution for me was absolutely brilliant, and with him having a 4-star weak foot, he can pass the ball really well off of either foot. I thought his short passing was great, as was his through balls, and he should have been credited with more assists for me. His crossing for a centre mid was brilliant. Augusto's shooting was also class. Well, it was from outside the box. Inside the box, this guy's pretty average. He's good, but he's nothing special. From distance though, I thought Augusto was great. His long shots were always very powerful and very accurate, so if you find this guy in a bit of space, it might be worth taking off a shot. Defensively, this card was alright. He made a few tackles and intercepts for me, but he wasn't aggressive enough to win many battles, especially against top tier attackers. This card will do alright as a defensive mid in a 2 defensive mid formation, but I definitely wouldn't advise using him as a lone defensive mid. Aerially, Augusto was average. He'll win some headers due to his height against smaller players, but against anyone as tall as him, he'll struggle due to his poor jumping. Positionally, for me this card was fine. It just sat in that centre mid spot. He came forward when I attacked and sat back when I defended. He didn't really shoot out of position ever, which was pleasing. Overall, I was very happy with this card's performance. It's a pretty decent card. I do wish though that it had better agility, and I also wish it was a bit more aggressive. Nonetheless though, this card is very solid. But is it a card worth keeping, or should it be thrown into an SBC? Honestly, that all depends on your team. If you feel that you're lacking a good centre mid, then it's probably worth trying this guy out. But if you're not, then just put this card into an SBC. I wouldn't use this guy as a cam or as a defensive mid, to be honest, because at this stage of FIFA, there are a lot better options for both those roles. But yeah, basically my advice is use this guy as a centre mid or put him in an SBC. I really wouldn't use him as a cam due to his agility, and I wouldn't use him as a DM due to his aggression. Anyway guys, those are my thoughts on the 92 rated Renato Augusto card. It's a pretty good one, and considering it's free, I definitely feel it's worth getting. So yeah, those are my thoughts. Anyway, if you could leave a like rating on this video, that would be absolutely awesome. Let me know your thoughts on this card in the comment section down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one.